Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's up? What's up? What's going on out there? Let me get my mic right. Come on, motherfucker. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning out there. Welcome to this fine Monday edition. Monday, July 7th. Monday edition of Good Morning Be Hannas here on the BS with Be Hannas YouTube channel. It's my little talk show experiment. GM, Good Morning Be Hannas. That's me. I'm Nikki Be Hannas. My little talk show morning experiment. The premise of this whole show, if you want to call it a show, I call it a show. I feel like I'm putting on a show. The whole premise of this is that I like to wake up in the morning. I like to take a nice walk. I like to come in here and read some good shit, talk to the people, go about my business, go lift some weights and go to work. So that's how I'd live. That's what I'm doing. So doing this every day is a little creative endeavor, a project of sorts. And, I'd like to put some good stuff out there if I can. Let me check my audio real quick. Wow, it worked first time today? Awesome. Very cool. But yeah, you can find this on the BS with Behanna's YouTube channel, going live on YouTube at some point, some undeclared time in the morning. And then after here, it's going to be on Spotify Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon Audible, so on and so forth. You can find my music, which is primarily what I like to do. You can find it at nikkibehannas.com, nikkibehannas.bandcamp.com, Nikki Behannas on all streaming services. So hell yeah, happy Monday to my loyal listeners out there. Back on the horse. We get back to it. Beautiful 4th of July weekend. I fucking had a great, excellent weekend. I think I crossed every box that I would check for a great weekend. Done. Not without complications, of course. Not without little bits of clouds in the great weather, but otherwise, all things considered, everything is good. Everything is fucking great, as a matter of fact, even if the world is a shit show and there's bad stuff everywhere. The trick is, as adults, I think, to be able to filter the bad stuff from the good stuff and worry about what's in our immediate domain, which is something I have struggled with in various degrees throughout my life. I see bad things going on, or you catch bad news, and sometimes it's a whirlwind, a tornado of sorts, and it'll just fuck your whole shit up. The task of being a mature, grown-ass man or woman is to not let that sway you off course to the point of complete spiraling and dysfunction. And that's a delicate thing. It's not super easy. What I found in that, like I said earlier, the whole point of me getting on here and talking, speaking, using my gift of gab, if you will, to put something out there, it's got to be good, because there's plenty of people just reinforcing what's bad, reinforcing what's wrong, exacerbating and emphasizing, giving strength to all that negative shit out there energetically. And I believe in energetic forces, dare I say, spiritual forces. You really got to focus on what's good and lean into what's good and help to bolster what's good. Do your part to be good. And we all know that, but it's, the negative shit has a way of creeping in without really realizing it. And most people who are indulging in negativity seldom believe that they're indulging in negativity, because it comes natural. It's top of mind, it's top of feeling, it's this force inside that has to come out. And a lot of people, myself included, of course, but that often gets misconstrued as being venting or just getting my feelings out, getting my things out. I question the need for that a lot of times. I wonder sometimes if there's a utility in just, like, what do people criticize the phrase man up about? They say it's, oh, well, if you just tell someone to man up or grow up, it's just stuffing emotions down and burying them. And just well, maybe true. But just because you tell someone to grow up and deal with it without vocalizing and emoting and demonstrating the inner states of emotional woe or stress, just because you say don't fucking exacerbate it, you don't need to keep bringing it speaking it into existence. Just because I say grow up and deal with it, that doesn't mean you just bury it down ooga booga like. You can deal with it without fucking making it the focus of your attention for a whole day or an hour or whatever. Not that I'm innocent of that. Shit, I get triggered and I'm pissed off for a while, and I wear that on my face. but I know better. There is a such thing as right and wrong, both in observable things and in how we conduct ourselves. We should err to the right way of handling it, which is if you have fucking problems, do what you can to not make it other people's problems. And if you see other people with problems, typically, you should do what you can to help them with their problems. There's nuance there, of course, but I'm speaking in generalities. But, what do I know? I'm just some dude. I'm just some dude out here talking shit. But yeah, Friday the 4th of July was great. I had my 2 years sober. And then I did my BS with Hannas Independence Day special, where I went a full hour putting my thoughts out on the idea of American patriotism. And I thought that was a really fucking good stream. But I didn't really talk about my being sober. There's not really too much to be said about 2 years of sobriety. Some people in my life, and thank you for the love, and I love y'all back. To me, it's not that big a deal. It's like a pretty big accomplishment. It's definitely, I'm 2 years further in the right path versus however deep I had entrenched myself in the wrong path. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a course corrective measure. It's definitely a good thing. And, you know, bigger forces than me, it's not all willpower. It's not all power of myself. There's a tremendous spiritual component to it. There's a tremendous energetic component to it. And whatever it all was for me, it congealed at some point. And the power that I have in myself, whatever my willpower or ego or self determination is, I chose to commit to it. Then the task is one day at a time, just like they say in the AA rooms, one day at a time. You just fucking handle it. One day at a time turns into a bunch of days eventually. That turned into 2 years for me. So it's the best thing I ever did, And over the weekend, I was chilling with one of my best friends in the world. Shout out my man, Maddie. Yo, big Maddie. And we went out, lifted some weights. My man hasn't lifted in a while. He was telling me he was good and sore after a solid chest day. Fucking A. That's what we like, dude. That's what we like. We went to the shooting range after, shot off a bunch of rounds. That was awesome. I hadn't been to a range in a long time, so that felt really good. Felt really good. And it's some straight up American shit. Go lift some weights and go shoot some guns. Went out and got food and just really hung out for a long time. And it was a very blessed weekend. And my man's invited me to church on Sunday morning. I don't go to church as often as I should. But I said, you know what? If you're going to be so kind as to invite me, I absolutely should take you up on that. And it was a beautiful, beautiful morning. Hung out with my family all day yesterday. 3 days off of work for me. That don't happen rarely. That don't happen like ever. So, hey, cheers to my boss. Thank you, sir. And fucking now we're back on the horse. So it's a Monday morning. Got up and took my walk. And as I'm walking through my beautiful suburban neighborhood, the fucking trash truck is like moving at the same pace as my walk. Because I walk to the end of my neighborhood and then I'll walk back. It's like a good 2.5 miles, all things in. The time I started, the truck was mirroring me. And, I talk a lot about, what we make of things. The phenomenon is the phenomenon. It is what it is. It doesn't really, it's outside of us, And part of me gets a little irritated. I'm like, God damn it. It's a morning. I'm trying to just take a walk. I'm trying to just be tranquil and serene and get my exercise. Rah, rah. And there's a truck following me. Smells like garbage. And today I'm like, shit, this is a great problem to have because I could be wandering in the city of Gotham. Philadelphia, where trash is still piling up. And that's just fucking, I talked about that the other day. That's an embarrassment to the country. And my heart goes out to the good Philadelphia people out there that aren't fucking scumbags dealing with that shit. I can't imagine waking up and there's just a city block of just garbage because some motherfuckers won't get to work because someone else in a suit and tie has to allocate a budget and deal with councils and votes. Yeah, it's, I don't know. It all seems like the Dark Knight Rises to me. Gotham will get what it deserves, as they say. And it sucks that fucking people that had nothing to do with it got to pay the price on a day-to-day life, And, it's to me that, again, though, I only bring that up because that's like external shit. And if I was down in the city of Philadelphia looking at that, I don't know that I'd be so damn positive. It would be one hell of a test to see my surroundings and not be in a complete and utter state of demoralization. But, desperation makes fucking crazy achievements sometimes, you know? Who knows? Everything's a double-sided coin. And I'm just trying to look at the good stuff that I can, where I can, and do good things. You know, it's like I was talking with my man over the weekend, dude. It's real easy to come here, you know, because I don't tell a lot of people that I do this podcast. I keep it within my close circle of people that I like and I trust in, because there's still an inherent weirdness to it. There's definitely an inherent weirdness and intimacy to getting up here and just talking, especially because I'm doing it live. I'm just improvising, you know, I'm just totally going shoot from the hip. And I told him about it, and I'm like, yeah, you know, think about how long you've known me. Like socially, I like to just hold court. You know, I'll be a fucking character. People dress up as me for Halloween and do their best impersonations of me, and it gets a whole round of laughs and rah rah rah. So if I have a character, I ought to use that character for good and not for some bullshit. And it's really easy to just go online and, can you believe, rah, and just get pissed off, and now you're in that position of just fucking shooting out negativity. It's really hard for, you know, it's a delicate balance. Requires some intentionality. So if I'm going to get on here, like I said, the whole premise of this show is I get up and take a nice walk and I read some good stuff, talk to the people, go lift some weights, go about my business. And I think that's a good thing. The more I took the whole last couple weeks off, more or less I took the time off, and shame on me for doing so. But it's a Monday, so back on the motherfucking horse. And we ride that horse. You know what I'm saying? Pay some bills and shit. Just got paid. And what does ZZ Top say? I just got paid today. Now I got a pocket full of change. That's all right. Bills are paid, though. I don't got trash for city blocks outside my crib. All is good. And I still have audio. All is extra good. But that's where I'm at. That's my current state of the union in my readings today, because I've started rewatching Game of Thrones, too. Game of Thrones is one of those shows, I guess you'd call them like comfort shows, whatever. But I'll just rewatch Game of Thrones over and over and over and over for no real reason. But I started it over last night. And the one line, because it was so good the first couple seasons, the one line Tyrion says when he's like patronizing Jon Snow on the way to the wall, he's like, what exactly is the line? A mind needs books like a sword needs a whetstone, i.e., you sharpen your motherfucking mind by reading books. So that's what I do. Read some good shit, hopefully talk some good shit, even if I'm kind of a fucking renegade pirate type character. That's all good. So what was I reading today? I'm trying my phone too. In my daily Maxwell reader, today's July 7th. The whole thesis today was improving one's preparedness. And he opens it. This is funny to me. He says, are you used to winging it? Yes, sir. Are you used to winging it? Do you try to fake it till you make it? Or is solid preparation part of your regular routine? Interesting. And then he says, become a process thinker. Do more research. Learn from your mistakes. The greatest preparation tool can often be a person's own experience. Think about the mistakes you recently made when completing a project or executing a challenge. Write them down, study them, and determine what you could do differently the next time you face a similar situation. Focus on solid preparation today. So on and so forth. I'm definitely mostly winging it. One of the things I learned as an adult is that most motherfuckers out here are constantly winging it. Nobody really knows what the fuck they're doing. Experience, however, just gives you a better framework for having encountered more variables. So you can kind of predict things a little bit better. You can roll with the punches a little bit better. You spend a lot of time sparring in a boxing ring. You don't know when you're going to get hit in the motherfucking jaw, but you'll probably be a little more prepared to fucking bounce and weave and dodge that shit. And if you get hit, all right, I'm used to it. It's not shocking. It's not jarring. It made me think immediately of, I don't want to say Sun Tzu. Maybe it's Sun Tzu, but there's an old quote too. Better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in war. And that's the task of life. You know what I mean? And that's what I found through all my endeavors, getting sober, staying in the gym, keeping my nose in the books, staying busy at work. I'm pretty cool with most things. Most things don't really sway me too hard unless I perceive them to be controllable things or easily avoidable things. And then I'm like, this is so dumb. And I reject stupidity. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to fucking, that's kind of where the idea of boundaries comes in, I suppose. This is shit that I'm learning, of course. Like, why am I made to deal with X, Y, and Z when I have my plate full of other things? But that begs the question, maybe that's the whole point. Maybe if there's still variables creeping into the garden if I fashion myself a warrior in a garden, metaphorically, let's just say, why are these forces still creeping in and moving me off center? That's to be worked on. That's a hard lesson. That's a life lesson right there. But I'm also no fucking warrior. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guitar player. I fucking run a burger joint. I walk in the morning. I read. I don't even run in the morning. So fucking say I'm a warrior. That's crazy talk. But that's all good, man. That's all good. I come out here and I talk and I think about it. I'm reading my main book right now because I'll read like one main book and then all my morning readings are kind of separate, parallel to my main book. The one I'm reading now is called Embrace the Suck by Brent Gleason, another Navy SEAL with a self-help personal development book. It's all right. It's all right. I mean, I've read so many of these that it's a good diet to consume. It's just more reps. It's more sharpening of the mental blade, so to speak. But anytime I read books by these the fucking military guys, I'm like, God damn, dude, that's a hard ass motherfucking job that they all signed up for. Just the training of, when you read about people talking about Hell Week and Bud training and deployments and sheesh, it's fucking crazy. So while I don't think I'm a warrior in a garden, I'm a dude in the suburbs. Teaching still applies. That brings me to the Daily Stoic book today. What we got today from Mr. Ryan Holiday on July 7th. A quote from Seneca. This is what you should teach me, how to be like Odysseus, how to love my country, wife, and father, and how, even after suffering shipwreck, I might keep sailing on course to those honorable ends. That's right. That's right. Ryan Holiday says at the end of his little commentary, we're not trying to ace tests or impress teachers. We are reading and studying to live, to be good humans, always and forever. And there's that platitude of just be a good human, but that's fucking true. Do the right thing when you see it. Keep doing the right things every day, one day at a time, and you build a good life. So as I get to 17 minutes, I'm about to wrap this motherfucker up. Let's go to my man, Vincent Norman Peale. Positive thinking every day. July 7th. Hold the image of the life you want and make the image become fact. One day at a time, baby. Anyway, that's what I got. Happy Monday. Back on the horse. We out here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Good morning. This has been a Good Morning B. Hannas. I am Nikki B. Hannas. You can find this live on YouTube. BS with B. Hannas is the channel. Then it goes out to the podcast streaming services, Apple, Amazon, Spotify. BS with B. Hannas. Good Morning B. Hannas. You can find my music, nickybhannas.com, nickybhannas.bandcamp.com, Nikki B. Hannas on all streaming services. Some heavy blues metal. And on the subject of music, I got a whole bunch of music fucking just about ready to launch. So that's exciting stuff. Stay in the path, keep it busy, keep it real. One love. Happy Monday. Peace. Come on, music.